Hey there, my friends. It's Bill McDonald, the Writing Doctor, and today is Detailed Expository Lesson Plans, Week 1, Day 3. I'm going to call it the Blings and the Blings of brainstorming. Basically, if your students are assigned a topic, but you don't teach them the art of brainstorming, they tend to write the first idea that pops into their place. So I want you to take a look at my brainstorming page here. There's two that kind of go together. The little light bulb is yellow and he's pointing to the top of his head with his hand. The red light we'll call the prompt and the topic. The yellow light is their idea. So as your kids brainstorm and start thinking of ideas, you'll use page 458 to put the blahs. And you're just going to tell them that because too many people would think of that idea, we're going to put it in the blah section. And you can even have sort of like a ladder where the more bling it is, the higher it's going to go. But if you feel like it's something that too many kids would write, you're going to say, you just have to tell me why, or explain, or explode your idea in a different way, because we don't want a blah blah essay. We want it to be blah bling, or a bling idea that we explain in a bling way would be written up here above the dotted line. Okay? And regardless of topics, the very next page, page 459 of the binder, has what I call the brainstorming bank of ideas, where your students can use personal, real, did happen to me or people that we know experiences, hypothetical, realistic, that could or do happen all the time in all of these places, in all of these situations. And so this could just be copied each time that you brainstorm with your kids. For secondary, they can also add current event examples to explain what they mean. Current event, things that happen during their lifetime, from TV, magazines, songs, games, news, internet, and politics, or historical, any examples from before their lifetime, using books, events, and or people from the past. Okay? So, week 1, day 3 basically has 3 simple things that you have to do, and I would probably recommend 4. Number 1 says, write about a place that you can buy hamburgers. So if you see a 1, a 2, and a 3 here, I would recommend that you think of a certain writing topic. I gave one today. You can pick from one of those. Number 4 is going to be write about your mom or dad's best quality, the thing you like most about them, or write about one activity that you enjoy doing most with your family. Okay? So here's how we're going to show them why so many kids write blah. There's an example that I want you to read to them. It talks about how in 2004 on Christmas Day that it snowed for the first time in over 100 years. Well, 2 months later they asked the 4th graders across Texas, write about something that happened that you'll never forget. Well, I heard through some of my friends that are graders that somewhere between 10 and 20,000 4th graders from South Texas wrote about waking up and putting on their jacket, going outside to build a snowman. They put a carrot for his nose and a hat for on top of his head and sticks for arms. And then they had a snowball fight, and it was with their family or their friends. And after a while, they went inside and drank some hot chocolate and said that they hoped that you liked their story and that you hoped that you'd give them a 4. And I was like, well, I don't think so. And another thing happened when I was grading some essays for a district. They asked me to grade 500 of their essays, and I felt like that would be too many because of the way I try to give good feedback for each one. So I said I would grade 100, and out of those 100, 75 had the same answer, the same idea. And it was basically this. It said, write about a time you were proud. Well, the students, those 7th graders, had just taken a benchmark in reading and math, and they were proud. They passed their benchmark. And so that's what they wrote about on Wednesday. doing their strategies and trying their best, and their teacher telling them to really make them proud. And I was realizing for the first time that too many kids, if not taught the art of brainstorming, tend to write about the first idea that pops into their head. So have your kids number from 1 through 4. Number 1, you're going to ask them, write about a place that you can buy hamburgers. Okay? And let them begin right away writing the answer to the question. If you've talked about capitalization, then they have to have the name of the restaurant capitalized. If the restaurant has contractions or apostrophes, then they have to put those in place. If not, remind them that the overall grade is doing your grammar correctly. And what you're going to notice is about half the kids or more, sometimes 3/4 of the kids or more, are going to put the same restaurants. The second time, you're going to tell them to put their pencil down, and as you can see there, and don't pick it up until you tell them. All right. The question is, write about a place where you can buy pizza. Well, in order to try to have a little bit more bling, the kids are going to wait at least 10 to 15 seconds and think about what all the other kids are going to write, and then they'll finally go ahead and pick one that they think that less people write about. Okay? Alright, number 3, I'm going to read this to you. This time put your heads down and close your eyes as I speak to you. After I'm done, you will be writing down one activity that you enjoy doing when you have free time. Spend the next 5 to 10 minutes taking them through every room at their home and school in their mind. Ask them what they like to do or use in each place. For example, walk into your backyard in your mind. What's back there that you can play with? What do you do there that the other kids cannot do in their own backyards? After they have taken their mental tour of their home, do the same thing with school, because they spend half their life at home and half at school. Then when you've done that, you're going to have the kids write down their ideas. And because you've taken that extra time, what's going to happen is you're going to have a lot more kids coming up with a different idea. And as I mentioned, you can also, because of the virus situation that we're in, you can say, what is your favorite quality about your mom or your dad? Or you could give the topic, write about your favorite thing that you like to do as a family during this time that we're stuck at home. So let me know how it goes, what ideas you guys come up with on this brainstorming, the blings and the blahs. God bless you guys.